What's going on, everybody's favorite YouTuber, Hope Gaming, back with another video. In today's video, we're doing a review of Jujutsu Kaisen, episode 13, Red Scale. And without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so the episode starts off with Yuji running into Togo, seeing all the cursed spirits, asking them to help. That's when he uses curse technique. Togi, his speech technique where, pretty much anything he speaks almost, it kind of just happens. So he uses that. And then Yuji quickly bolts off so he can get to where Gojo was sealed at. As he arrives, he runs into the cursed spirit Chozo. And he's a blood manipulator user. So, yeah, so they get to fighting, essentially. Then he uses two techniques, which is basically convergence, and then he uses piercing, which basically, applies the pressure. Basically, his technique applies pressure. It compresses the blood down to like a dense point. So it can basically be used as a projectile for the most part. So then, boom. It slashed him. He tried to hit Chozo. It didn't really do anything. Chozo kind of just blocked it. So bam. That's when Chozo asked Yuji. That's when he asked Yuji, did my brothers have any final words before they died? And, he said, nah, they didn't. He said, not anything I can remember anyway, which set Chozo off. And he was powering up, about to release his attack, and much in like enemy fashion. You're supposed to let your opponent charge with their attack and everything, but Yuji just ran straight to him, stopped before he could even get started. So, boom. Next, Chozo had the advantage for most of the fight. They were going back and forth, fighting, boom. Yuji was getting outmatched. Then, time simply slowed down in Yuji's mind for a little bit. He was trying to figure out, how can I essentially predict where his attack is gonna go. And the whole time while they were fighting, Chozo had the upper hand. Like there was no moment where they were fighting and like Yuji was really outsmarting him, outmaneuvering him. Instantly, he just instantly was like, oh. Double impact technique. It's an odd technique to use. Rolling on to the next part. That's when Mekamaru, who was in his pocket, who hasn't said anything for a while, says something. He was like, oh, you're fighting the cursed spirit. Boom. He was like, I don't know the exact weakness, but I have an idea that could help you with this. So he did that. That's when Yuji went to the bathroom, turned on all the sinks, everything like that, made the room full of water. What this essentially did to Cho's technique was he couldn't use it for the most part. He couldn't essentially make projectiles because the water made the blood basically dissolve the blood, so it was too diluted for him to like make it dense. So he could only use it he could only use his blood manipulation technique within his body. So bam, they're in the bathroom fighting. They're going hand for hand, combat. It's a nice overall fight. Very nice visuals. As the fight begins to draw on, it gets towards the end, and Yuji was like, okay, I haven't used my left hand this whole fight. I'm assuming he essentially wouldn't expect me to use it. So just when you think Yuji has a good moment, bam, Chozo had used the hardening technique on his body itself. And since he used the technique on himself to harden his body, it essentially rendered Yuji's punch useless. So then that happened, and right before the killing blow, this is the part of the episode I kind of didn't understand. These memories essentially came into Chojo's head, and it kind of just it was messing with him. So yeah, overall, it was a nice episode. Quick watch. Definitely recommend you to watch it. If you need a link for that, let me know. But yeah, that's all for this video.